Hey everyone, and welcome back to another World of Warcraft Legion Alpha video. Today we've got an extremely exciting topic, the World Quest content of Legion at max level. This is what Blizzard are billing to be a large chunk of the endgame in the world. Now the way that this works is essentially the world will be populated with quests that we can do on our characters. These quests will be of multiple different types. They will spawn in and out based on time. You've got PvP ones, you've got boss fights, regular quests, quite a lot of stuff. So we're going to explore this system today and have a bit of a look through it. So if you look at the bottom right of my map, you can see I've got two different icons. There's one for the Valajar and then one for the Court of Farondis. Now these are both two different factions in Legion, and completing this quest will give you reputation with that faction. Now, these are called emissary quests, and essentially one of these will spawn every day, and they can last for 3 days. So if you log off, you don't actually lose any progress, which is certainly a very nice feature indeed. Completing all 4 of the quests that it wants you to complete will give you a bag of loot at the end, though we'll need to wait and see what's in that. And it's just completing any 4 Valajar world quests, not any specific ones. So like there's more than 4 here. I only need to complete 4, and you can do world quests, and world quests will spawn in completely irregardless of your emissary missions. These are just a bit like the bounties in Diablo 3 in that they give you a little bit of motivation to do them specifically, and it's a kind of cherry on top. You might be thinking, well, what is a Valajar world quest? Well, the Valajar faction are mainly based sort of in and around Stormheim, so if I actually click on their little icon here, you can see a whole bunch of these quest icons have actually been lit up by the UI. Let's have a look at some of these. We've got Reclaiming Morheim, Valajar, Time Left, Long Route the Bilgefin invaders. We've got Tidal Fury. This is, to kill 15 Rhyme Scale Naga. This will give me some item level 8, 10 plus gauntlets, which roll based on my spec. We've got some other quests here. This one, Ghost Ship, which will give me 900 order resources. We've got this one called Omnitron, which will actually, you need to defeat the Omnitron defense system in a pet battle. That's optional though, you don't need to pet battle. We've got, as an example, Returning Champion, so as you can see, loads of different things with quite a few different varied rewards. We also have these more dangerous ones, so here's one called Boulder Fall the Erosion. I'll be sure to check that out. This will give me a Traveler's Backpack, which is follower equipment for, I assume, one of my champions. That gives it a chance to bring back a random item from a mission. Now, you can see that there are loads more quests going on in... Oh, whoops, I clicked on the wrong thing there. There's loads of quests going on. Not all of them apply to the Valajar, though. So, if I was to complete Temple Defense, it wouldn't count towards one of these 4 different sort of quest icons that I need to fill in for the Valajar. Now, similarly, the Court of Farondis are based mainly in Asuna, so as you can see, these Asuna quests are going to give me completion towards that. Now there's this blue one, which is one of the sort of rare dangerous ones, like the one that I showed you earlier. There are also these ones which have a skull in them. This will give me an 805 plus male shoulder. And as another example, we have the Terror of the Deep. This one is epic, so I'm assuming it's definitely quite rare, and I'll be sure to check that out as well. Anyway, let's start this video off by heading over to Stormheim and checking out some of these different objectives. Oh, and additionally, if you look at my World Quest tab here, on the just over here to the right where my mouse is, you can see that when I click on one, it gets updated in the World Quest section, allowing us to easily track our progress even when we are not within the quest area. It's also worth mentioning that you can get some quests like this one called Urgent Work Order Fjarnskal, which is a herbalism thing on the world, so these do also include gathering professions. Anyway, I'm going to start things off a little bit more interestingly by doing Tidal Fury so that we can see what the loot that comes from this is like. Well, unfortunately, it seems like this quest isn't working because I'm not getting any credit whenever I kill these Naga. I'm just going to try the one north of me though, we'll see if that works. Yep, so this quest is to rout the Bilgefin invaders, who are these little Murloc guys. As you can see, it's a bit similar to some of the Warlord stuff. Whenever I click on objects or kill enemies, I get progression towards completion of the quest overall. That said, unlike with Warlords of Draenor, there are loads of other different types of quest content here, so I'm okay with this being, a part of a wider system. I suppose it is also worth noting that this is quest content that you will do while you level up, so this particular world quest mission so far does appear to be identical. Now that said, there are plenty of other ones that I've seen on the map which are different, so it's a mixture of some of the kind of like bonus objective events that you will just experience while you're questing. It's them reused plus loads of other quests and things like that which are a bit more bespoke in their nature. Okay, well, the death of this particular Murloc should push us over the completion for this. So there you go, we just get that thing that appears, and then if I open up my world map, oh, I wasn't paying attention when I died. That's at the very least, that's kind of funny. But if I open my world map up, you can see that I have now completed 1 out of 4 of these Valajar missions. So I'm just going to make my way through the rest of Stormheim. We'll complete the other 4, and I'll also make sure that I show you some of the more rare ones, like this blue one over here, or the 2 rare ones that are chilling out over in Asuna. Moving down here, we're going to be going towards the Ghost Ship World Quest, which is just over here. What's kind of cool is you end up grappling your way down via all these grapple points, which is a kind of nice little feature. So it says to steal a Kavaldir ship. I'm just going to right click on one of these and okay, I am controlling a ship. This is actually really cool. And what, it just wants me to, well, purge a bunch of guys. I'm assuming that just means kill everything. We've got full sail on our 3, which will let me sail fast, and then repair, which will repair my ship. So basically, I think I just need to cruise around here and kill people, though I should move over to where the objective area is because I don't seem to be getting credit at the minute. In fact, this entire town seems to be pretty much empty, and since the enemies in the marshes didn't give me any completion, that is yet another quest that currently is bugged and cannot be done on the alpha. This probably means I'm actually going to have to head over to Asuna instead, and if I go to Asuna, there should be enough content there for me to complete one of these full emissary quests. First, though, we'll have to check out whatever this Boulderfall thing is. Well, here we are at Boulderfall the Eroded. Now you might think, well, that just looks like a regular, world quest mob. You see, the thing is, it's got 44 million health. That definitely means that it's something that is more geared towards being dealt with by, by multiple players. So we'll just pop over cooldowns, bar heroism, and yeah, I'm taking decent enough damage. As you can see, though, very much the case that it would take me a while to kill this guy on my own, but not all that would really be too possible. So there we go. There are basically mini world bosses like this guy Boulderfall as a part of this world quest system. One handy thing that you can do is you can shift click on quests to add them to the world quest tracker. So I shift click on all of these guys, you actually see that they just get sort of conveniently added on to the world quest tab. So one thing that I've noticed is that with the various different world quests, you actually get a NPC little thing that pops up. Now, it's currently not voice acted, but I'm going to assume that once Legion comes out, that will be voice acted dialogue. So I move in here, we've got a quest called Won't Anyone Think of the Whelps? So I need to free some whelplings and kill a jailer NPC in this kind of like Burning Legion sort of area. Here's a cage full of whelps, so I assume if I click on this, the whelps are unlocked, and I have actually just got some completion to that quest. In reward, I will get a Cracked Cadet's Wand, which will give me 40 artifact power, which is definitely quite handy. Alright, so I found the Legion Jailer NPC. They've got 1.7 million health. That's not particularly crazy, and certainly with the power of the Doomwind's artifact weapon ability, I've got some pretty mental bursts as an enhancement shaman. Should be decently simple to kill. I mean, I say that, I'll probably just get one shot or something. Actually just seems like this guy is going down quite easily. So yeah, basically, it's a quest. I hear they've been in World of Warcraft for a while now, yeah, there's a more dynamic system, I suppose, that lets you, just gives you a lot of things to do. Add to your endgame anyway. I need to get one more Cage of Whelps freed, and then we're game to try out some of the other stuff. And one thing you will notice is that, like, I'm just off questing, so I've got a lot of blue and green gear, and stuff is doing a fair amount of damage to me. There we go, world quest complete. Won't anyone think of the whelps? And there's my reward, my Cracked Cadet's Wand. I can apply that to the Doomhammer if I so wish, and will give me 40 artifact power. Next, let's go and do Rally the Night Watchers. So I now move into the Crumbled Palace. Once again, we get a short introduction by an NPC, and when I'm here, I suppose I just need to kill dudes and click on things. Actually, hang on, I've got something here called Rally the Night Watchers. Bolsters the spirit of nearby Night Watchers, so that must be those spectral NPCs. Ah yeah, never mind, so we've got this quest here, Rally the Night Watchers. We need to, let's see, kill this Fathom Commander guy, then in addition to that we need to kill somebody else, and then rally a whole bunch of the Undead Night Elf troops. So as an example, I suppose I can just go up to one of these guys, click this button, and that should be them rallied. And then of course we just need to kill off the named NPCs like this guy over here, who, wow, is actually falling really quickly to 2 players. However, I'm pretty sure his health scaled up from the usual like 2 million to around 4 because a second player started attacking it at the same time as I did. Great, I've got just one more of those named mobs to kill, and after that's done, that's pretty much this whole sort of little area finished. I just need to actually rally 3 more of those Night Watcher guys. Overall, though, these are roughly the length of your average quest, so it's not like they're sort of stringing you out. You do seem to be moving from objective to objective at a pace that I think would keep the gameplay sort of not stagnant. You know, the way, as an example, in Warlords, some of those bonus objective areas would really start to just take ages, especially at the beginning of the expansion. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case with this in Legion. Though, of course, that is all pending balancing from Blizzard. And with the final one of them rallied, that's us done. I just got myself a Mana Burst Helm that got a rare upgrade to item level 825, a very big upgrade over the armor that I'm currently using, though I am in combat, so I can't actually equip it. Now, I noticed on the map, right, there's a Time-Worn Strand event here, and if you look at it, like, it's got this sort of little cross swords icon, so that might mean it's, I don't know, a little bit different, but basically, I'm going to go and check it out next. So now that I've arrived at the Time-Worn Strand, King Murgle appears to give me some dialogue, and this is, oh wow, okay, right, so what that little, what that sort of icon with 2 sort of crossed swords seems to have meant is that this is a free-for-all PvP area. Now, it keeps on playing this warning for me, but essentially, if I suppose, just work my way through these Naga, then that should just get me some completion towards this. Yep, that guy's dead. I just got 5%, so I need to kill these pretty quickly, and hopefully not get myself killed by the by another player. I also got a Time-Worn Artifact. It'll be very interesting to see what they do eventually. Well, I found King Murgle, so I assume... Well, I just handed in some artifacts to him, and it doesn't seem like anything actually happened, but I assume once this is complete, that will give you completion towards the event. Oh, also, I found Halinka. Yeah, that's where he's been all this time, in that cage, so... Yeah, if you're wondering, there he is. Alright, well, I've actually just managed to kill all these guys, and I seem to have gained some honor as well, because I just actually got honor rank 2 in the new honor system that's in the game. I already covered that in a previous video, though. Of course, I also completed the area itself by killing these Murlocs, and that got me a Soldier's Glory, which will give me 30 artifact power, and of course, keeping with the theme of this being PvP, there is actually a PvP flagged player over there. Anyhow, I'm going to go and do one more quest so we can finish off this, or 2 more actually, so we can finish off the Court of Ferondis. Next, we move on to a quest called Unwelcome Visitors. Now, what's funny about this is, I've already done it. Yeah, this was a leveling up quest actually. In Azuna, you got it off one of the NPCs who's standing over there where my mouse is. So it seems like, yeah, sometimes they will essentially just be throwing in one of the larger quests, perhaps, from, just from the leveling up experience into the end game, so you can sort of redo that content. I suppose when you think about it, it does make sense, because they make so much of that leveling content and it only gets seen once, whereas that often isn't the case for endgame content. So I just need to destroy 4 of these portals and kill 2 named NPCs. In the interest of time, I'm just going to skip right to the end of the quest, though. Okay, well, that's that finished. I've just got a Brittle Spell Tomb, which will give me 20 artifact power. And, yeah, we just need to complete 1 more, and then we will get our favor bag. After that, I will, of course, check out these few different rare and then, of course, this purple mission that have spawned on the map. Well, actually, since it's on the way to my next objective, I may as well have a look at this Zunian Pearls. One of these world quests in this case is actually to go and complete this dungeon, and completing that dungeon will give you Isle Watcher Spolders, which can be 805 plus, and apparently that can scale almost up to raid gear. I think actually up to the item level of raid gear, which is certainly an interesting point, though they do say that it's by far still far more common to get that stuff in raids, and just randomly getting an extremely good epic from the world content is going to be a rare occurrence. But that is quite cool that this system is being used to essentially give you specific rewards for dungeons. Great, and then the final quest for today will be to complete the investigation of Makrana, which just basically means go in here and slaughter everything in sight. Well, with that Queen NPC dead, we're pretty much done. And let's see. Well, apparently that's it complete. I'll just need to work out how the hell we actually managed to claim whatever this reward is. Okay, so as it turns out, completing all of those quests has given me a completed quest here called Court of Ferondis. This just tells me to go to this location in the world map. That will hand it in and give me the loot bag at the very end. So let's go and see how that pans out. Well, we're approaching where I assume is the faction hub for this court. It's actually at this place which I'm assuming at one point was Blood Elf stuff. Well, obviously something for the Horde, but maybe they're changing that. Anyway, it seems like it's all inside this entrance, and this would be the hub, I suppose, for this player faction. Now, that said, I have been here before when I was leveling up, and I didn't notice anything in the way of a reputation vendor. But anyway, let's see what is in this cache of loot. So we'll right click on it, and we just got, 900 order resources. From what I hear, that can involve pets, mounts, and various other different things. Here we go. Here's the emissary from the court of Ferondis. So what can he give me? An enchanted stone whistle, which is a toy, a beginner's guide to dimensional rifting, teleport to a ley line point in Azuna to try and find one of the lessons. I don't really know what that does. Interesting. And then a 820 back. I'm just going to assume that that this has not been filled out with stuff. It does actually also have an 850 epic, but it is cloth. It looks like there's maybe some traditional reputation rewards going on here, but essentially that is how this sort of system has panned out. I went into the world. I did my quests with the Court of Ferondis. My UI is now bugging out, causing the Valajar quests. There we go. They sort of didn't appear there. So I could do the same for the Valajar faction, and once every day you will get one of these sets of emissary quests to do. That will give you reputation, a favor bag, various different things, and as a part of the overall world progression, you'll want to get those order hall resources for, well, obviously leveling up your order hall. You'll want to get, that stuff for the artifact weapon power, and then of course the gear itself, which as I covered, can actually upgrade to be significantly more powerful than just say a item level 810 blue. However, let's go and see what the Terror of the Deep is, because it's just looming there as an epic thing on the map, or at least a purple thing, so I'm kind of keen to see what that's like. Ah, wow, so I found the Terror of the Deep. It's got 431 million health points, so not something I'll be able to solo, and that will give me a Traveler's Backpack. If I do kill it, that Traveler's Backpack contains some stuff for my followers, so that's a little bit weird. Actually, it says that the Traveler's Backpack will, if I put it on one of my followers, give that follower a chance to bring gear back from a mission, so maybe that's kind of similar to a raid mission or something like that. But anyway, here he is. So essentially, if it's purple, it involves a raid group. If it's blue, it involves a group. If it's blue and in the world, like this one, then it's just a regular kind of like rare mob, a group mob. But if it's something like this with the little dungeon icon, then it's actually going to be a dungeon quest. So overall, what do I think of this system? I actually really quite like it as something that just constantly motivates you to be out in the world and to actually do things. I think there's a lot of, obviously there's a lot of content there. I do really like how there is bespoke content. I'm a little bit less keen on some of the questing content being reused, but if we think about it, it's better to have all of the questing content reused plus a bunch of new stuff rather than just, say, 8 or 9 different areas being reused every single time without fail. So at the minute, I'm saying this definitely looks like an upgrade over what we had in Warlords of Draenor, I'm keen to see what the rewards are like. There will be a deeper discussion to have about this system as time goes on, but certainly what I would like to see on top of all of this is bespoke quest content that we get with these various different factions in the world that, have bits of story in them and really sort of good, meaty narrative content. I think that is a part of the glue that will tie these world quests together. If it's only world quests and nothing else, then I don't think this system will sort of have I don't know, it'll be missing that something, right? Like, it can't just be constantly doing quests. It'll need to tie into maybe sending you off on, like, a cool custom scenario as a part of repping up with one of the factions. Some of the more unique rep content that they maybe did in Mists of Pandaria, they need to integrate that with these, because right now these missions, I mean, they're contextualized by the little snippet of text that you get, but other than that, maybe they could do a little bit more. So overall, I think really promising start. Can't wait to see what they do with the rest of Reputations. Overall, good feedback, and I will continue testing this. Once we uncover more, we get more alpha builds, I will drop more videos on this topic. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you next time.